if in a national election, it would have been far more appropriate for them to reward them for national level policies, which is what people do.
Right.
And you look at it, the cotton belt of Western Vidarbha, the Congress did not win a single seat in the Lok Sabha from there. It has now won seats from there. Second, if you want to look at the importance of the MNS to this election, we can see it in a single indicator, in a single measure. It's pushed Shiv Sena to party number 4 in Maharashtra. That is astonishing because 1.5 years ago, the Sena was eyeing distinctly the possibility of being party number 1 in the state. It's now party number 4. That's an incredible fall for the Shiv Sena. Third, I reiterate. I mean, if you look at the if you look at the fragmentation and division of the vote, as Kumar says, you're going to find incredibly narrow margins in a lot of places. You saw the seesaw battle even in Mr. Shekhawat's constituency. Fourth, we keep hearing about this good work that's been rewarded. I have here with me actually the promises made in 2004. We'll come to them.
Right. And not a single one has been implemented.
1 crore jobs was promised. They lost 3 million in 4 years. By the way, implementation of Sri Krishna Commission in letter and spirit. Old age homes all across Maharashtra for senior citizens. 33% reservation for women in all government jobs in the state of Maharashtra. Rise in cotton procurement price. They actually lowered the price on coming to power by 500 rupees. 30% subsidy for all farmers working on infertile land to bring it under cultivation. And my favorite, health for all by 2005.
Right.
Okay, there's 20. It's a unique manifesto in that it's the only time a government has not fulfilled a single promise.
Let's get in Smriti Irani of the BJP. Smriti Irani, this election was clearly yours to lose and you lost it. You could have gone to town with the kind of anti-incumbency that did exist, as Kumar and Sainath are saying, against a non-performing government. You simply failed to make use of the opportunity. It was right there, right for the picking.
I think taking from what Mr. Ketkar has said, they have been victories with very, very small margins. Just to give you an example, Baba Siddiqui from Bandra versus Ashish Shelar, the difference between the two was just 1400 votes. Yes, we did fall short by a large number and didn't acquire the victorious position that we desired. But I think at the end of the day today, what I will tell our supporters and cadre is that for 2014, we begin today, this very moment.
Right, so the work is starting today, but I want to also explore what's happening with the Congress party. Swapan Dasgupta, the Congress party and what's happening with it. Now, this 31st October is the 25th anniversary of the assassination of Indira Gandhi. And are we looking at a situation where the Congress, I know that there are local factors, as Kumar and Sainath are saying, there are narrow margins. It is a situation where in fact the opposition did not get its act together. But are we looking at the Congress party today under Sonia Gandhi, because we're discussing the Congress here, becoming an inclusive and cohesive force in a way that perhaps it hasn't been for a long time?
Well, if you're making that hypothesis, I think the 25th anniversary would be a wrong yardstick to judge it by. If you recall, 25 years ago, the Congress won over 400 seats, and it was really the dominant steamroller organization. So, there are differences. The Congress under Indira Gandhi was the one-party dominant system, which it isn't. The Congress has lost a tremendous amount of ground. Even in Maharashtra, which it was really the Congress bastion, today they're sharing power with the NCP. So there are important differences, let's not forget that. But I think what's important about these elections is that they're not so much a mandate for the Congress as much as Congress victory. They have managed to exploit, and quite rightly so, the first past the post system quite effectively. Now what you see, and I think what Sainath brings out quite vividly, is the fact that this was on the back of a relatively non-performing track record.
Right.
Which also goes to show why there is no real enthusiasm behind this victory. But it also coincides with the secular decline of the BJP and its associates in all the 3 states. Whether in Maharashtra the decline hasn't been so steep, but certainly it's been quite precipitate in Haryana. It's been quite dramatic in Arunachal Pradesh,
Right.
Now, these are things.
And Haryana is a good point. I mean, that's where we can see that the complacency and the arrogance of the leadership there really did cost the Congress.
No, but the BJP wasn't a factor there. The BJP
Congress's own deficiencies.
I mean, look at it. If you're talking about the arrogance of the Congress,
right.
Look at the stupendous arrogance of the BJP, which actually broke an alliance with Mr. Chautala, demanding a 50-50 share of the seats. In other words, he wanted to break it. Now, does that mean that you actually believed you were in a winning position in 50% of the seats?
Right, but Haryana...
So. Or is it some other considerations which are working?
Right, it's a big story actually, Haryana, of this election. In fact, we're asking the question, did the Congress misread the voters' mood in Haryana? That's a question we're asking on the show, and we're going to put that to Manish Tewari of the Congress Party, who's joining us. In fact, Manish Tewari, there you are. Now, you know, we're talking about the Congress in this particular segment of the program, and we're talking about the fact that the Congress perhaps became arrogant and became complacent in Haryana, which is why, and did a kind of India shining kind of campaign in Haryana, which is why you have faced this kind of result.